are just hard working. Those Dagestani guys, they're so hard. They work hard. They pray hard. They just are very, very focused individuals. And you watch them, you're like, oh, okay. You know, even now I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need to get a little bit more serious about my thing, you know? But
that's where the success comes from.
That's it.
Think about how many great fighters come out of that region. I mean, it's extraordinary.
Yeah, and these guys are phenomenal. Like, I watch them after training, and these guys do this like, it's like a randori type of sparring afterwards. And they just do like jumping off the walls, all these kind of like these acrobatic crazy moves that you don't think could ever work, and you see them like, oh my God, where do you get that from? They practice it all the time, and they just do all these kind of crazy moves at the end of training.
At the end of training?
At the end of training, like,
so like they're done with all the real work. Let's just fuck around and see if we get creative.
Yeah, they get creative and they just start just doing all kinds of stuff, and they, you know, throw real moves in there, but they drill everything. And Zabit, that dude is probably like one of the best guys I've ever seen in training, just like martial arts wise. This guy, he jumps off the cage and do all kinds of acrobats and come down doing all kinds of ground acrobats, and he just makes it look so effortless and easy. It's crazy.
He is really good. He's really good with his mixture of traditional martial arts techniques, you know, because he has that kung fu background.
Yeah.
So he throws a lot of like round kicks and spinning kicks and all that kind of crazy shit. But then he'll hit you with like some judo shit, a lot of tosses and trips.
Yeah.
And he's got great submissions too. I mean, he's got great wrestling. He's got great boxing. I mean, he's a weird combination of a bunch of different styles.
And he's tall too. Mm-hmm. That tall length is really something that helps him out too. Because Frankie Edgar, whenever he goes on, he's like, man, I feel like I can get him down, but then I look down and then his feet are still touching the ground. I swear I have him up. And his feet are still touching.
He's so tall for 145.
He's so tall for 145.
I'll tell you what though, he had a hard time in his last fight with Calvin Kattar. That dude is fucking dangerous.
Well, Kattar's a dog.
He's a dog. He's the dark horse at 45 in my opinion, because he was beating Zabit in that last round. It was rough. Like Zabit was trying to just get the fuck away from him, and he just stays on him. And I think he has the best boxing in that division. And he's also huge for 45.
Yes, he is.
You stand next to him, you're like, how the fuck are you weighing 145?
Yeah.
He looks like he's a 160.
Yeah.
He doesn't look anything like 145.
I know. It seemed like in that fight, Kattar kind of realized towards the end, like, wait a minute, I can beat this dude, you know?
Yeah.
And that happens sometimes. When you go against a guy who has like a bunch of different tricks, you find yourself putting yourself in his trick bag just by being aware of all the things that he can do. You find yourself like, oh, he's going to set that up. Oh, he's going to set that up. And by you being too watchful of what he's doing, you're shutting your own game down. And it seemed like Kattar just threw caution to the wind that third round. Was like, you know what? I'm going to just go out and just make it happen. And then when he did that, he found his opportunity.
I think also the first two rounds were really fast-paced. And I think in the third round, Kattar was the one who was in better condition. Yeah. He was the one who was pressing the pace in the third round. And he was also landing body shots. Like some nasty body shots that were adding up. He's a fascinating guy, Calvin Kattar. I'm really interested to see him. He's fighting Jeremy Stephens next, which should be fucking chaos. Because Jeremy Stephens is another savage.
Oh, man, he's a savage. I love him.
He only fights one way, and that's, you know, kill or be killed.
See, I feel like guys like that don't even need to win. They just need to go out there and just fight. Because, like his fighting is so good. You just want to see him go out there and just fight, man.
Yeah. Well, he's had so many oh shit moments in his career. Like Dennis Bermudez, he hits him with that flying knee up against the cage. You know, Josh Emmett, the KO of Josh Emmett, he fucks people up, man.
He does.
And he's got ridiculous power, too. And with Calvin's boxing and Jeremy's savagery, the two of them together, and Jeremy has ridiculous power, the two of them together, that's going to be amazing. And then they have Zabit. Zabit is now going to fight Ortega. Brian Ortega's comeback fight is going to be Zabit. And that's a tough fight to come back to. Ortega's been out, injured a bunch, hasn't fought since he lost to Max. He's had a bunch of, like, real problematic injuries that he can't get over. And then finally, he's healthy now. He's going through training. And, you know, tall order, though, to jump right back in the deep end of the pool with a guy like Zabit.
But you know what though? Like sometimes it is a tall order, but sometimes when you just came from a big fight, that's the kind of fight it's easier to get up for. Like if he just came from title challenging for the title, right? It'd be hard for him to take too far of a step down in competition, because then it's going to be hard to get himself up for it. But if he's taking a step kind of like in a in an upward motion, then it's like, okay, I can get up for this
Right.
fight, and then you can train for it, you know?
Yeah, because Zabit is, I don't know what the official ranking is. In my book, he's 2 or 3, right? He's right
Yeah.
there. He's right at the top of the heap. In my book, I mean, there's Volkanovski, he's the champ. There's Max Holloway. They have to fight again.
They have to.
They're going to fight again. And then after that, it's basically Zabit and Cater.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. And then a bunch of other guys. Now that Aldo's down to 235, which is real interesting because Aldo is going to fight Triple C. He's going to fight Cejudo.
That's interesting.
Yes,
that is
for
interesting.
the title.
That is interesting because
Very interesting.
I thought Aldo looked the best that he's looked in a long time at 135.
Yeah, he looked amazing.
He looked like a bit like the Aldo minus the kicks. He didn't minus the kicks.
I wonder why he doesn't throw so many kicks anymore.
I don't know,
Do you think he
man.
has injuries or
I
something?
think he might have an injury. I think he don't want to take a chance of
His
hurting,
knees.
hurting something and then having to fight through it. You know,
Right.
being compromised.
But it's crazy because his kicks were just such a devastating weapon.
I mean, he'll only need like 2 or 3 of them and
Right.
just change the whole complexion of the fight.
One. Bang!
God.
Like when he fought Uriah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But imagine that power of leg kick to the lower calf, like how they, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's a knee thing. Maybe he
Yeah.
can't throw those kicks because his knees are fucked up. I don't know. I'd like to know because that was one of his primary weapons. But still, even without that, I felt like he beat Moraes. I felt like that was a bad decision. He's fighting Moraes, who's easily one of the best 35ers on earth. Moraes is so good, man. That left high switch kick that he has is a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
The way he whips it, it's like a whip. It's crazy. Like it's effortless. It just goes to your head.
Yeah, Marlon is pretty sick, man.
He's beautiful. Is this Aldo throwing some kicks? Oh, okay. So
4 days ago.
oh,
okay.
It's practice, bro.
looks normal. Looks normal.
It looks normal.
I don't see any problems. Except the sound's all fucked up.
But see, it's different though. It's different when you gotta crack
Of
somebody's
course.
leg. You know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think that I think honestly when it comes to the state of mixed martial arts, I think that once a lot of these fighters start to because we were speaking about it earlier, like we were in the dark ages when it came to training and that transition of how to become more professional with your training. And I think nowadays fighters are starting to understand that more. With the the Performance Institute, it's helping to educate these fighters a lot more on what proper training should be and what it truly could encompass, and now there's more professionalism added to martial arts, but there's still an aspect that needs to be covering, and that's on the equipment side, like the equipment that the company that I work with, Onyx. Have you heard of Onyx before?
Yeah, I have a pair of the gloves.
Okay.
Excellent.
So, excellent.
Very, very good.
So we have a whole line, and the line that we have with Onyx, it's really the first MMA brand, like a MMA company that's made for all the way we move in MMA, everything that happens in MMA, because now the equipment that we use now, we borrow it from kickboxing or boxing, and there's that gap of just efficiency when it comes to manufacturing for a mixed martial art, because they kickboxing, they don't have to worry about all the things that we have to worry about when it comes to mixed martial arts. So the equipment that Trevor has made is all with that in mind. The gloves that we made. You tried the X Factor glove.
Yeah, Trevor Whitman sent them to me.
Yeah.
So did he design them?
Yeah, so Trevor's a genius. So
he's another genius.
Oh my gosh, an absolute genius. So he started. So what happened is when we would train, if anything happened to our equipment, we'd just give it to Trevor, and Trevor would go and he'll tweak it and he'll make some adjustments. So then Trevor's like, man, he's like, man, the more he started to do that, the more he started to realize there's a huge gap. Like the equipment that we're using is not efficient. Some gloves that should be, 16 ounces are actually 11 ounces, and there's no integrity when it comes to equipment. So Trevor did a lot of research, and he's like, man, there really hasn't been any improving on equipment since the thumb was put on the boxing glove, and that's pretty much it. So Trevor went and he learned how to sew, he learned how to do everything, and he was in his basement just making this equipment. He's made the X Factor glove you have.
There, look at him there.
There you
Trevor
go.
Whitman sewing.
And he's good at, like, at first I didn't realize how in depth it was until I went to his basement and seen the little shop that he had, but it's pretty high tech. So we have the glove, the X Factor glove, but we have a knee brace and we have a headgear
What's up with
too.
the knee brace?
They're not the knee brace. It's the
Knee sleeve.
It's like a knee. It's a shin guard, but it slides into a knee brace. You can slide. It's like a knee brace at the same time, as well as an ankle brace. It secures the whole leg pretty much, and it feels like you have nothing on. You can kick with like anything, and it doesn't feel like it feels amazing. And he has a really, really thin headgear. And I want to show you these gloves. I brought some gloves to show you. So these gloves right here are what we're going to be doing for the competition gloves. The competition and the training gloves, the 7-ounce training gloves. So pretty much what these are. So this one is the...
So has he developed a different glove for MMA for competition as well?
Yeah, so this
Has
is
the UFC seen these? Because they need to make some adjustments.
Yeah, we're talking with the UFC, but these are, so these are
So
the
they're
ones.
curved. I like how it's curved.
Curved.
So it sets up that you are in a curved position
Already,
early on.
Because when you, as you know, when you get the gloves now, they're like a cardboard.
They want to open your hand.
Yeah,
almost.
they always want to open your hands.
Yeah.
But this allows your hands to stay in a natural fist locked position, and you don't got to worry about that. You think I'll get now?
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's curved right away.
Yeah, curved right away. And then when you...
That's way better. Yeah, like the old Pride gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good padding too.
So it's...